This week's video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build your perfect website. Today we're heading to the Ceredigion coast to photograph a location I've wanted to shoot for many years, so I'm really looking forward to that. And we're going to be doing a bit of an overnight in the van as well, so we can make the most of the location. Yeah, hopefully we can get good light during the evening and early morning as well. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing what unfolds. So this coastal region is called Munt, and just over my right shoulder there, you might just be able to see it, is the Church of the Holy Cross, which is probably going to be a focal point of a lot of my images during my brief stay here, because it's absolutely amazing and really contrasts well against the green hills and the amazing blue ocean that we have there. And we've got some pretty incredible weather rolling through this next 24 hours. So I'm really hopeful something moody and dramatic can happen. First things first, I want to find a location to shoot for sunrise, because obviously it's very difficult, isn't it, finding a location in the dark. So that's the first thing I want to do. And then the second thing I want to do is try and find a decent place to camp for the night, because there's no overnight parking in this particular car park here. So yeah, I've got to try and find somewhere sneaky to park up for the night, and hopefully we can make some good images along the way. It definitely looks dramatic anyway. So I've been scouting around this area just for 5 minutes or so, looking for a shot potentially for sunrise. And I think I'm just going to wander up this track here and see what it looks like looking back that way, because I think that might look pretty good. I really don't know where I'm going to camp tonight though. I've tried to pay for parking in the National Trust car park there, but the parking meter won't work. Neither will my phone. There's no signal, so I can't download the app and pay that way either. So hopefully we'll be all right. But there's not much else you can do. It won't take coins either for some reason, so maybe it's just not working. But anyway, I'm just going to wander up this track here and see if we can get a nice view of it looking back that way, because the sun will be rising over this way and all of the landscape here should be illuminated in the morning, which might be rather nice indeed. Yeah, so just have a quick scout up here first. Don't think I can get any further up that way. Ideally, you perhaps want to be in the campsite, which is situated over my right shoulder there, but yeah, I can't really get in there. That's closed as well, with it being winter and all. So yeah, I think it's a case of concentrate on sunset and we'll worry about sunrise when it happens. I think I might have made a little bit of an error. So I've got my shot set up here and we're going for a 2-shot horizontal panoramic framing stitched together at about 30mm, and that allows me to eliminate a lot of the foreground, because the foreground's horrid, if you like, in this shot. It really isn't nice at all. There's lots of dead bracken and bramble. So I put the wide angle lens on and you could see all of that in the frame. It really wasn't nice at all. So yeah, going for a more zoomed in crop of this, a panoramic framing, and I think it works quite well. Now going back to my error, yes, big boo-boo I think. Instead of looking for a sunrise shot that I could wake up to and photograph, I should have maybe been concentrating on sunset, because even though we're an hour away until sundown, there's a big cliff back here and that's almost starting to block out the light. And yeah, I think that's going to probably scupper my chances of getting light on the hillsides and on the church, which is what I was hoping for. There's a massive bank of cloud out that way as well, so which is not helping things. I think if that cloud shifted, we will get light, and we're probably maybe for 10 minutes or so. So hopefully something will happen. But I do really like the composition, and I think that's the main thing. And I think actually it could probably work quite well at sunrise as well, because I think the sun will be rising that way and the light will be stretching through this area here, which I think could work well as well. So if I don't get a good shot tonight, I think I'll be heading back up here in the morning to see if I can have another go at it, because yeah, it's a really nice composition, really nice panoramic framing with the beach down there and dramatic clouds. Yeah, if only the light would come out for us just for a second. So I can't help but feel a little bit miffed off with myself, to say the least, for not taking advantage of the amazing light when it was here earlier on in the day, instead of looking for another composition for sunrise. I've taken a test shot, which I will show you, but it really is not great. You know, this location here really needs good light on it, and I think it would have worked perfectly this evening if only I'd have just focused on the task at hand as opposed to looking too far ahead. Maybe that's a life lesson in itself, isn't it? After about 10 minutes of driving, I finally found a nice spacious lay-by at the side of the road, which is, I think, the perfect spot to spend the night. I'm on a bit of a slope, which probably isn't ideal, and I'm considering putting the chock blocks underneath the front wheels, but I think maybe it's not that stealthy, is it? So yeah. So before we get the dinner on, I just want to thank the sponsor of this week's video, which is Squarespace. Now, I've been using Squarespace for many years to build and run my website, and it's become a really important part of what I do. It's where I share my photography, showcase my work, and sell my products. The nice thing is though, you don't need any experience with web design to get started, because Squarespace has an AI-enhanced website builder that helps you create a customized site in just a few simple steps, which makes the whole process feel much less intimidating. Along with great looking galleries, Squarespace also has a really solid built-in e-commerce platform. So if you've ever thought about selling your own photos as prints or even ebooks like I do, it's all very straightforward. So if you'd like to set up your very own website, go to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch it, go to squarespace.com/IANWORTH or use my offer code and you'll save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, I highly recommend it. I've been using it for years and I will continue to do so. It is absolutely fantastic. If I can build a website, so can you. So yeah, go and check out the links below and give it a try for yourself. So I've done a couple of upgrades to the van, a couple of really big ones. As you might be able to see behind me, I've got those little carpet infills that go over the back windows. That completely blocks out any light at all, so it makes it look really stealthy when you've got the lights on inside. Also, I mentioned before I've got the cab divider curtain across there, a blackout one, but I've also put these side ones in now as well, which obviously help to keep the light from escaping through the side there as well, which is obviously really important when you're stealth camping, isn't it? But yeah, that helps insulate it a bit more, makes it a bit more cozy as well. But the big one is my diesel heater. I finally got it installed. And I'm going to put it on now just to warm the cab up a bit, and I've been really impressed with that so far. It's just one of the Chinese ones that you get from Amazon. I think I paid £90 for it. I will show you on a separate occasion how I've sort of wired it all up and piped it all up, but yeah, that's one for another day because it's absolutely chucking it down still outside and I don't want to go back out there this evening. So that makes such a massive difference. The fan's lovely and warm now. The clothes are starting to dry out, which is another big bonus. Sometimes when you're soaked to the skin, it's really difficult to get things dry when you're overnighting. So it really is a bit of a godsend, to be fair. Right, it's time to get the dinner on now because I've got a bit of a treat. So I thought we'd have a go at cooking a pizza this evening. So I've got some folded flatbreads, some mozzarella and salami. I've made myself a little bit of tomato sauce, or should I say my wife very kindly made me some tomato sauce. Well, no idea what she put in it, but I'm sure it'll be amazing. And yeah, a bit of rocket and some tomatoes. I think it could be really cool. The idea is I bung it all inside the flatbread, whack it on here, heat it up. Hopefully everything will melt and go all gooey inside and be just like a folded over pizza, or maybe a calzone or something like that. I don't know. Hopefully it will turn out all right. Oh, that is so good. It's definitely the sauce that's made it. So thanks to my wife for that. Anyway, I'm going to get some rest now, rejuvenate myself for the morning's shoot. And hopefully we can do a heck of a lot better than we did this evening. Fingers crossed. Well, good morning, and what a beautiful morning it is. A lot calmer than yesterday for sure. Some blue sky, the sun is just rising, and I've been up here for about 25 minutes or so taking some blue hour shots of the beach and the church. It's been absolutely wonderful to be up here. Thoroughly enjoyed myself so far this morning. So I had a lovely night in the van. It was really cosy. Yeah, having the diesel heater on made such a big difference. You know, the wind was whistling through the hedgerows and the rain was battering against the roof at times, but yeah, being in there with the heater on, absolutely fantastic. I did, however, get woken up at around about 5:45 by some idiot driving past beeping their horn. Fair play, I guess. I think maybe some of the locals don't like people parking up, but you know, tourism is one of the main sources of income for many people here in Wales. It's their livelihoods, so without people travelling to and from these amazing places, the economy probably wouldn't be as thriving as it is, shall we say. I do understand, you know, if you're parking at the side of the road, you're not, you know, spending money in campsites. But the flip side to that is, you know, people go to restaurants, they pay for parking, they, you know, use the local facilities, the shops. All of this, you know, helps support the communities, doesn't it? You know, I live in Wales myself. I genuinely don't mind tourism. I think it's great. You know, in the summer months, places local to me get really busy, but you know, it's great seeing people come and enjoy themselves and enjoy this wonderful countryside. That's my take on it anyway. And as well, this time of year, February, hardly any of the campsites are open, so you don't really have a lot of choice. Obviously you can't stay in the car park if there's no overnight parking signs. That's my take on it. Please do let me know your take on it down in the comments. Do you think I was silly parking where I did? There was only one car that passed me all night, and that was the guy that beeped his horn. But yeah, let me know in the comments. So I was quite happy with some of the blue hour shots there, just really focusing on the beach and the church and the cooler tones, shall we say, that we had there. But we are starting to get a little bit of colour coming into the sky right now. So I'm keen to maybe do that panoramic shot that I was working on last night, because I'm in exactly the same position here this morning. And then maybe I'll move on a bit further down, see if I can make something else. I think I'm going to get my framing set up for the panoramic shot that I've got in mind here, making sure my tripod is level, and yeah, we'll work through this scene. Hopefully some of this high cloud is going to catch, because I think we're pretty much on sunrise right now, but it is absolutely beautiful out here. So I just took the drone up to do some video footage, but while I was up there I thought I'd take a few photographs as well. Now this location is fairly tricky, I would say, to shoot, because you can't really get a clean view of everything you want to photograph without incorporating all of this bracken in the foreground. So yeah, it's a bit tricky. So I thought while I was up there with the drone taking some video footage, I'd grab some photos as well, because I could get a bit further out to the left hand side there, a bit of a cleaner look at it, if you will. Hopefully they came out okay, but we're now starting to get some nice light on top of the hillside there, so I'm patiently waiting for the light to hit the church as well, and then I'm going to take another panoramic shot through here, and then I will move a bit further down and see if we can make something work over there, or maybe even get over the other side and see if we can make an image or two as well over there. But it's been an absolutely beautiful morning, thoroughly enjoying myself so far. So I've been wandering the coastal path for about maybe an hour or so, trying to see if I could get some elevation gain, so I could get a bit of a sort of shot looking back towards the cove but from behind the church. I'll show you what I mean. If I spin you around, you can see just in the distance there's the church, there's that peak, and we were over on that cliff edge over there earlier. But yeah, I couldn't get enough elevation gain to be able to see the cove, which is a little bit disappointing. So I popped the old drone back up again and took a shot of that so I could see the sea just beyond the church there, and also get the peak in as well, which is pretty cool. I think it looks all right. Pretty windy, so I was a little bit dubious about going up too high. I probably should have gone up a little bit higher and a little bit closer, but yeah, the drone was drifting sideways a little bit and I was a little bit worried that it might end up in the Irish Sea there, which of course would be a catastrophe, wouldn't it? Anyway, I do hope you've enjoyed this week's video. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. It's been absolutely great to spend a little bit of time here on the Ceredigion coast. It's a place I want to spend a lot more time. There's so much more to come from here. It's a beautiful part of the world and I highly recommend visiting. It's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I do hope you enjoyed this week's video. Please do let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more videos like this where I kind of just wing it, if you will. And yeah, I'll make some more if you enjoy them. Anyway, if you did enjoy this one, you might like the one that's at the top here. And over on the other side, you'll find links to my store where you'll find things like my ebooks, which help support the channel. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope to see you again next week.